All right, we're back. This is Through the Mill, a live play D&D series from Dying of Exposure. Hello, Posse. How are y'all doing?
Doing pretty good.
Welcome to this wonderful Tuesday evening. Every Tuesday here at the Dying of Exposure Twitch, we're going to have you each introduce yourselves. I'm going to then run a recap, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to start off with Greg.
Hi, my name's Greg. I play Skataki Skato, the Bugbear Ranger.
And then Camille.
I'm Camille. I play Patience Pratt, the Tiefling Wild Magic Sorcerer.
Brandon.
I play Barosh, a.k.a. Barry, the half-orc barbarian.
And we've got Selene.
I am Selene, and I play Velvet Star, a.k.a. Star, the Tabaxi Rogue Archer.
And last but not least, well, last and certainly least, Josh.
I'm Josh.
Not in height.
I play Trapir, the giant coyote man druid.
And of course, Dandy. Dandy, you there? No, you're not there. Dandy will not be here. Krahv will not be able to make this session. And I will do
that was like a cheesy answering machine message.
Yeah, well, I am basically that as a human. I'm the human form of that.
Yeah.
So we will do some narrative gymnastics in the middle of this combat to find out why Krahv isn't around. But nonetheless, to recap, last week after the library was attacked, it appeared that the Posse was looking to get on the move and deal with Mr. Fredrickson Hammergood / Goodhammer on handling some business, because now they're just straight up messing up their lives and physical possessions in the case of Patience's books. They also, of course, threatened the life of David the Gnome, and that's unacceptable.
My stuff in my man's. Stars, but...
nonetheless... so upon approaching the mansion, they set up a plan of attack. Krahv, Skataki, and Barry all hung out outside, running a distraction, lighting a destitute farm area on fire, drawing out the outdoor guards and some of the indoor guards. Well, Star and Patience and Trapir made their way in the back, stealthing successfully through a number of hallways and doors, not being discovered until Trapir absolutely had to as an adorable Maine Coon cat, and they seemed to be stuck in it. But the big bruiser group outside tried to do that same sort of stealthy entry and definitely failed and just cleaned up, murdered everyone that had been in rooms, and it was so good. It was so satisfying. And that leaves us to here. We are in a big combat session. In Trapir's mansion on the first floor. I am going to transist. I want to make sure, Posse, do you still
Is my mansion now?
Not Goodhammer's mansion.
I was wondering.
Still see my shared screen there of where you all are at?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so I did.
Okay, thank God.
As you can see,
hey, Game Mommy, I have to make one slight correction / observation.
Yeah.
Nobody bothered to tell the 3 soldiers that we were going in stealthy and not killing people. So this did what soldiers do. We went in like idiots with sledgehammers and destroyed everything.
You did do that, and you did it very successfully. It was impressive. I think I only got to roll like 2 attacks, maybe 4 attacks total between both combats on any of you.
I am definitely sending you guys around the other side next time. Never sending you through the door we just went through again.
We are in like a moment of beat action. Your Game Mommy was bad and did not check where we were in the initiative last time, but the room you're currently in is clear, or the rooms you're currently in are clear. I believe Star, on the most recent, we're going to say that Star took some time. Oop, that's not what I want to move. Star took some time to kind of assess the next room and see that there was a guard standing in there and heard and watched a guard walk off from that room into this room adjacent to it. And so you know that there's only one guard in the main stairwell, which have the stairs up to the second floor, and you know there's at least one guard in this direction. But that is it. And so it's the 6 of you kind of spread between the dining room and the kitchen, bottom of the kitchen there.
As a cat, I do feel compelled to walk to the space between the couch and the end table.
Game Mommy, just like
in here. Right there.
Quick
Exactly.
summary of the room. Is this just like a dining room, living room combo thing? Nothing really of interest.
Like a dining room. Roll perception check. See if there's anything of interest. Yeah, we have dice.
Why is it perception instead of, say, investigation?
You can roll investigation. That's fine.
Yes.
That's fair.
You are investigating. You're looking specifically for papers or documents of merit.
Then I got a 19.
Thanks.
In the dining room / sitting area, you find some plates, a vase, a couple. You do find with a 19 under the coffee table in a secret drawer is a dirty magazine that's handed around between the soldiers. But other than that, there's nothing in this room now.
Handed around at work?
Any gnomes in there?
Any gnomes in there? You know what? Roll a straight D20 luck check. Let's see if there's gnomes.
Or a centaur?
Fuck, I got a 3.
There are no centaurs, and there are no gnomes. It's all just humans. It's literally called milk toast porn. That is the name of the thing. And all of them are like eating breakfasts, but like simple, lazy breakfasts. That's all that's happening.
Toast.
It's just toast and milk. That's all that's happening in this porn. And a bunch of just nude dudes cooking, not even in good positions. And it's that, and you know they had to pose for it for 15 minutes because it's the old-timey photography that takes, like people have to stand still for like a long time for the exposure to hit.
Some dude had to ignite some magnesium for it.
Yeah, you know it.
So they all have really simple facial expressions.
Oh, everyone is somber as fuck. Everyone's just like staring directly at the camera, just somber. It's not good porn. It's not
just blurry eyes.
I feel like I'm being punished for rolling a 19.
Wow, yeah.
There are rooms that have things in it. This is not
I know,
one of
this
them.
just isn't one of them. I know.
Yeah.
This just happened to not be one of them, but I love it. And so you can take that.
Like,
the 19 was for how deeply you understood it.
She gets really excited about that hidden door, and she's like, "Oh, y'all!" And then like pulls it out, and it's just like, and she just like shoves it back in, and she's like, "Never mind."
Right.
It in, and
it was not the best moment of investigatory prowess. But if you wanted to deny future guards their porn, assuming that Hammergood has a future, you could take.
We're killing everybody in the building at this point. I don't think anyone's going to be inconvenienced further than that.
In fact, I just want to say, like, Barry moves up to where Star is and is like, "Did you see anything out there?"
Yeah. There's definitely someone in the next room, right by the door. They seem kind of glued to the wall, though. I don't know if they're terribly perceptive, but another person was in the room and walked out into the next room.
We should lure him in.
That's not a bad idea at all.
I go.
So you gonna make another cat play?
I was about to say, I want Trapper to just like walk out of the door, make a loud noise, and walk back in. We'll all be ready to strike.
Or we could just creak the door open a little bit and just have the cat make noises inside here.
Yeah. If someone can like hold the handle open, I can like push it with my paw.
So hold on,
do a little
Mommy,
scratchy
put Kitaki opposite the door because I want that line of fire, and I just subtly tuck that. What to a bugbear is freaky porn in my pocket.
I'm gonna put you right there. That'll put you in easy line of fire.
Everyone else has a glass to their ear on the door.
Yeah. I'd probably back away from the door too. We have a pretty solid front line.
Okay.
Greg, I want you to. By the way, I modified your weapon beforehand because something's going to happen to it during this session. But for now, if you roll attack, just add the +10 you were adding to it. But what will happen will make it that once it happens, and you'll know when it happens.
This is really good foreshadowing.
This is good foreshadowing.
Good narrative.
Also, one thing for Trapir too. I think maybe after we lure this person in, the boys came in and murdered everyone we snuck past. So we might be past the stealth at this point. Might be good to get into a bigger, smackier form. You can do more than 1 damage.
Yeah. Well, I guess I go.
Just sad. You're like, maybe I should just leave my cat.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I should just live. So is the key is Trapir going past the door threshold, or are you just meowing behind the door?
we're gonna crack the door open a little bit and
make it look like I
Trapir
pushed it open with my
meow
paws.
loudly.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I would
fine.
Maybe wiggle a tail outside of the crack real quick.
Yeah.
That is fine.
I could even do mine.
Why does that cat have 2 distinctly different sized and colored tails? So we get into it, and the guard. I would like Trapir to roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I also just want to remind Skitaki, you should fire a gun off. Did he fire it off already inside the building?
13.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm surprised no one heard us.
With the roaring
That's
fire
a
outside
really
and the
good point.
panicky screams, potentially no one heard you, or
Okay.
potentially they did hear you and you have not seen a response yet to it.
14 on the persuasion.
All right. So that is enough. He is happily going to go there. It's going to be a surprise round because he's just going into a door expecting a cat. I am going to say we're going to do this the right way. I'm going to go to everybody's dexterity because it's a surprise round, and I'm not going to have you roll initiative for combat of one person. It looks like it's Skitaki, actually, that has the highest dex. So, Skitaki, he just opens the door. Wait. Yeah. Where's Star? Where do I have Star?
I would be back a little bit from where you have me.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't expect this guard to make it to the point where they get to act. So your position
that's a good point.
Is kind of unnecessarily confusing.
There's a lot of us behind this door. It's kind of mean.
So nonetheless, so let's just say the attack is happening in the doorway, but Skitaki, you have line of sight first, so if you want to roll to attack first.
You know what everybody loves? Being in small rooms and having really big firearms go off.
This is why I'm standing behind you.
13, 23 with the plus 10.
Yep, 23, so that hits. Roll your damage.
9.
9 damage. He takes that hit. Next is Star. Star, you'd be next.
All right. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's 15.
That hits.
Right, and that is the 10 damage.
And so he goes down.
Poor guy just opens the door to pet a cat, and
he's like, "Oh, cat!" And then he just instantly dies. I'm gonna make him go away. Goodbye. And so that is cleared. I would like you, because the other person that you know went into the other room. I would like Star to roll a stealth check with advantage.
Oh.
I don't want you to actually be unstealthy here.
Trapir is a coyote by this point again.
And Trapir.
Right. So that'd be a 23.
Okay, so nobody hears you from the next room over, even though you know there's at least one guard in. So now it is time. Now it is time, my posse, to discover or tell me where you're going to go, because this room is cleared. The next room is cleared. You can see that there's almost nothing in it as far as like decorations or any other people. Certainly, So your choice is to go upstairs, go back out front, which would be an interesting choice, or go to the double doors across from you.
We might as well clear out the bottom.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hell yeah, patience.
Well, I don't like it, but there also might be something in the sitting room that might help us upstairs.
Okay.
Since the back seems like it's all just been servants' quarters. That's my best guess.
So what I am going to do is I am going to... who's next highest in Dex? Not Krahv. Star went...
Can I interrupt for a little bit of... So did you just use the word clear out to refer to slaughtering other humanoids? You're changing, my dear, and I love it.
I just meant, like, I don't know.
Yeah. We all know what you meant.
She's just thinking tactically.
It's weirder to be like,
I'm with it either way.
I wonder if that guard who has maybe some children and a name and whatever.
No, you save that
damn, patience.
for after we're done. Don't let it distract you now.
Agreed.
Honey, my family comes from a long line of mercenaries. We know what risk we take when we take the coin.
I suppose.
Takes all kinds, right?
So if you're all going to move, I'm going to have you all move to the next room. I'm going to move you one at a time because it's easier with the way that I've got things set up. We're just going to move you in roughly the same-ish configuration. Star, while I'm moving everyone, you want to try the cat trick again, but from your perspective, since Trapir already morphed back into Coyote Man?
Coyote?
A cat, but bigger.
I can let off a meow.
Describe this room we're in. Does the stairs lead up to doors, or is there like a railing and like more space up above us?
The stairs leads up to doors. You cannot see past where the stairwell leads. It doesn't actually have like a closed door thing, but you can't see anything in the little bit of exposure, Barry. We'll say that you kind of
want to make sure that was like a big open space.
Nobody can attack you downstairs from upstairs.
Okay, so it's not like a firing spot someone could shoot down on us from. Okay.
Because I did not think of that. That would have been a good DM thing, and I'm sorry that I did not think of that clever dick move. To just
I'm
walk in.
Disappointed in you.
We'll save it for level 4 mansion.
Okay.
Right? Every 2 levels, an invasion of a mansion. Eat the rich.
Here.
That's the new name of the campaign.
Can it be a Storm Giant's mansion?
Yeah. Yes.
I get knocked down.
The Storm Giant's way too powerful for us to take on at level 4. We'd fucking die.
Yeah. Nonetheless, so you make the meow play. This would be a performance check with advantage.
Oh, it's performance. I thought it was persuasion.
Or persuasion, sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just... fuck it. I'll just roll both of them again. Yeah, that was a better roll anyway. So, 22.
Okay, that absolutely works. He goes into the door. We had Star and Skitaki go last time. Let's just say this time, let's have it be Trapir and then Barry. So Trapir, you go first.
All right. I would like to try to catch his head inside of my chakram as he pokes his head through.
Yeah.
And then coup de grace.
All right. Well, roll with advantage because you are.
Okay.
It is a surprise round.
I'm going to count the one that I dropped trying to pick it up. It was a 9, but I also rolled a 17.
Okay, that's the one you're going to want to use. That'll hit regardless, and it's not a crit. So roll your normal. Are you stabbing him with your chakra, or are you stabbing him with like one of your sword, your little saber, or what?
So I was wanting to get him inside the middle of my chakram.
Oh, to try and do that. Well, roll your
Those
normal.
aren't sharp, by the way.
Not on the inside, at least.
I mean, this is a homemade one.
Yeah.
How do you hold it?
Yeah.
Very carefully.
It doesn't matter too much for Trapir with the chakram. Roll your
the D8?
Yeah, I think it's a D8. Yeah.
5 Do I get
plus,
a...
Yeah. You get a 5 plus since you're doing it with what's the same bonus for both. 5 plus 2, so that's 7. So you do 7 damage. So you cut him up good, and he's bleeding. But you do
I
not...
just kind of smash his head against the side of the door.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. It isn't sharp on the inside. God damn it.
Barry.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Or Game Mommy, I should say. Are we using flanking rules?
Like they used to have? Because
They still have it as an optional rule. Basically, if you flank a target, you get advantage.
You get advantage anyway because it's a surprise round.
True.
I generally won't say if a person's engaged in a combat they know about that they can't see their periphery, but if you're directly behind them or roll a deception roll, I'll allow it if you think about it in battle. Like, I try to sneak up on this one and stay out of his sight from behind if you're moving into a gauge, but you've already got advantage, so...
I'll just move into the room with him and attack him.
Yeah, that's fine. Bam.
Oh, let me redo that. Let me roll with advantage. Oh, and I got a nat 20.
All right. Roll just to see how much damage you do over how much life he has left. Roll an nat 20 because I like that to flavor.
You want me to roll another one?
Roll your damage die.
Okay. I hit him for 16 damage.
All right, so he had that.
It's 6,
so you
right?
did double damage, or more than double damage in. And Barry, how do you kill him? How do you destroy this man? Because you have absolutely obliterated him. So
He does have a chakram around his neck.
Well, I'll just basically use that as the sliding platform for my axe to go down and take his head.
Excellent.
the cleanest
Oh, Lord.
beheading that Barry has ever had happen occurs, and this poor man is so just destroyed by this.
I say, well, that makes my job easier, and I pick up my chakram.
It is beautiful in its violence, and you have now cleared the bottom floor. So the bottom floor is completely empty. Would you all... I'm not going to bother moving your minis because you have freedom of movement. You are no longer in combat at this moment, but there is a pressing time, so there's not enough time for a short rest.
I clean my chakram off on that dude's pants.
Has anybody
and
taken...
I also
would
like to check his body for loot.
So his body does not contain any loot of valuables except for a letter to his daughter. Would you like to read that letter?
No.
Okay. You just leave it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to get in other people's beeswax, Steve.
I just wanted to make Camille feel bad. Just pay my
I feel like that would be a
daughter.
weird ethical line Trapper wouldn't cross.
I
Wouldn't read the private correspondence to
I look
someone
around and
just
see if there's anything that's worth looking into in the room I'm in now.
Okay. For everybody that wants to search the other room or the room that they're in or both rooms, I'm going to use the same roll for both. Roll either investigate or perception. Either one. Whatever is your highest.
Dirty 20.
Anyone else get above a 20?
No. I got 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barry, using his survival skills, knows that people tend to like to tuck shit away in places, goes up to just this corner and sees that there is some really shoddy masonry work at first. And then opens it up and finds a small gray box that isn't locked, but is like a tin box with a latch on it. When you pull that out, that gray box, Barry, I would like you to roll either a history or an arcana check.
I want to. Would you check
Oh, this is not my strong suit. Just because it doesn't matter. I have 0 in both of them. But I get 17.
17. Excellent. For some reason, Barry, in his time as a mercenary, maybe it was a job his family picked up as a kid. Maybe it's just some conversations he's had with people out in the wild while they were traveling through and sharing a camp with him. Barry finds 2 of two deeds to various land plots that are on the circle of the circle that Star found and drew, kind of like outlined out on the map. Finds two deeds there and a little small stone figurine that shows a multi-headed dragon that's been kind of smoothed out and roughed over the years. You figure it's probably, since it's stone, probably like 100+ years old, and it's not like Bahamut. It's not like it's more like a Hydra.
Okay, I'm like, oh gosh, I hope it's not Tiamat.
Or it's not Tiamat or Bahamut. It's more like just a Hydra with like 9 snaky heads, but it does also have wings.
Mm-hmm.
I run back and immediately show these to Trapir and Patience. Not Trapir, Skitaki and Patience.
Do I recognize Bahamut?
They're the ones from this. I know, it's just, you said it's not Bahamut, it's just a random Hydra.
It's a random Hydra. It doesn't have any identifying marks. Trapir and Patience, you are welcome to roll History or Arcana respectively, either one that you want to roll, whatever's highest. But
they're the same.
Let me know if they get a nat 20 or not.
9.
I did not get a nat 20.
I
got a dirty 21.
Yeah, so
I say, oh, dude, that's a Hydra. That's dope.
Can I make a nature check if it belongs in these woods?
If what?
If it belongs in the woods. I know the woods around. Well, the woods in the terrain. Desert.
The desert.
Yeah.
If the item's like local, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll a nature check.
I do worse than Patience, so it doesn't matter.
There's one other thing, and I was gonna get to this, but you ran off without it. Barry, will you roll a d6 for me and tell me what you get?
A 4.
I'm sorry, I had a hiccup there. What did you say?
Just that Barry also found one more thing in there. It's just the action move. Barry, you find 4 potions.
Cool.
And so the thing.
Well, I don't know what kind of potions they are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to show these to everyone.
They're healing potions. You know them well enough. They're health potions.
Okay.
So they are going to heal all of you back as a standard potion, which I believe in D&D 5th ed a standard potion is... Potion D&D 5e. I should have looked this up beforehand. I thought I would just remember it. 2d4 plus 2. And so they are 2d4 plus 2 healing potions. Anyone that currently has one on them can use it as an object interaction to drink it. So it does not take an action to heal yourself. It doesn't even take a bonus action.
That's
that's cool.
Also, just in case, before I go forward in this narrative, has anyone taken any hit point damage so far?
I have.
That you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is that Krahv is going to go to you in this moment of time and just simply ask, hey, you want any hey, you look like you got nicked there. I know I did. You want any do you want any you need to be topped off? And he wiggles his fingers.
Whoa. I thought he was going to ask about the potions.
I love this campaign.
Let's say save it for an emergency.
All right. At the moment that you say save it for an emergency, a black carriage. No, I'm kidding.
So
however,
I'm going to distribute. I'm going to keep 2 for myself, and then, who is the squishiest people in the party? I'm imagining Patience is.
Patience and Trapir are probably the 2 squishiest.
And I'm going to give 1 to Patience and 1 to Trapir, because of Trapir can heal, and Patience is the squishiest.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so Patience has 1, Trapir has 1. Barry has 2. You can also, as like a full movement on your turn, if you need to heal someone else with them, you'd be able to move and use like a bonus action to actively heal another person with a potion if you were doing so, or like throw it and make an athletics catch to catch as a reaction. So there's ways to do this. So as you get to the second floor, if you need to use these and you're not one of the people with a healing potion,
I take a little marker out of my pocket, made with like a frayed root and some berry juice, and I label the potion and put it in a pocket.
It's weird because you wrapped a small piece of paper around that marker and it says Sharpie on it. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a long story. I can get into it.
Another quick question I have: does basically having the deed confer ownership of that property?
So Barry, because you rolled a 17 on this, Barry would know that having the deed doesn't confirm ownership unless the owner has died and left it in no one to will. And so it becomes kind of like finders keepers property in Odai if there's no will and testament, or there's no spouse or legal child of age. It does not revert to parents, cousins, uncles, or anything like that. Familial hereditary tracking is too difficult and too expensive to do that normally, and so they have to have no immediate family and no one deeded outside of their immediate family or in their immediate family if they have both.
I'm going to go over to Patience since she's known about Goodhammer. I'm like, do you know if he has any children?
Patience, you'd roll history, insight, whatever's better.
I rolled a 1.
You don't know whether he has children.
How about
or
Skataki? Does he know?
Skataki might. Insider perception, whatever's higher. Or insider history, sorry, whatever's higher.
Yeah, neither would be high. Am I rolling 2 dice? Oh, hey. Insight, history's -1, so not that. 18.
18. All right, so Skataki, you remember back to when you were interacting with him. He wears no wedding band or locket of promise, which are the 2 most common things in Odai. Nor have you ever
Is that the Jonas Brothers one?
Yeah, it's
okay.
There was a popular band 100 years ago called the Jonas Brothers, which fits into the Western theme as a name. They
Jonas Brothers
promise locket tradition amongst Odai. And then
the old Jonas boys
saving his hideous self for marriage. That's so sweet.
Yeah, and so he has neither of those things, and you've never seen him with child or wife. So as far as you know, he doesn't, but you can't be like 100% sure. You're just like, he's been around for a few years. You've been back for a few years. No one's ever seen him with anyone that you know.
So I'm going to hand the 2 deeds one to Patience and one to Skataki. Be like, this belongs to the people of this town. You guys take care of this, okay?
That's fucking adorable. Love it.
Patience, I think the university is going to get a big upgrade.
Or at the very least, you can use it to trade. If we don't find your deed here, we can use it to negotiate purchasing the property in some way.
Patience, roll a straight luck check. So just a d20.
I rolled a 17.
With the 17, one of these is one of the 2 deeds of property that he owns that he charges your parents.
Oh, this one. I would like to keep this one, because this
excellent
is where part of the university is on.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
There's still one floating about that you may or may not find, but you've at least got this one. So that's part of the relief off. Otherwise,
Patience,
no matter
I don't believe in owning land, but if someone's going to own that land, I'd much rather it be y'all than Good Dick, whatever his name is.
Good Dick. Good Dick is actually his name for his penis. I don't know how Trapir did that, but he did.
No, it's the Good Dick.
The Good Dick.
Y'all.
He's got it tattooed right above his pubis area, and somehow Trapir just knows that that's there. The Good Dick.
In old common letter.
How'd you like my Fredrickson Hammerwood?
And with that, I think it's time we go upstairs.
Yeah, there is nothing else that any of you can find in this room.
Agreed.
I actually have two more questions though.
Yeah.
What's through that door in the back corner? And I would like to see what's on the other side of it while we're already over here.
The door in the back corner?
Yeah.
Which door? Well,
that's the other side of the first room we cleared in the hall.
Yeah.
No, I know that. Star is asking. Star was to check the last room we were in.
I see.
Box.
So Star
gotcha.
goes that way.
Yeah, I wanted to pick that off.
And opens it. Does a perception check, but we're just gonna rush through it because it's dead empty. Because,
that's fine.
The Bruiser crew did their work earlier on them.
You're gonna open, see the other door open,
so
and
you
bodies
go
in the
in there.
hallway.
Do you investigate what's in there?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Roll an investigation or a perception check, whatever's higher.
I'll definitely do perception. So that's a 15.
A 15. Weirdly enough, you end up finding, and this is straight up from my notes, you end up finding a cache of cat toys and cat photos. I did not mean for this to happen in Star. This is room 1's loot. It's a bunch of like really nice, like some of the cats are in costumes and everything. And again, you're impressed because they got house cats to stay still long enough for a photo. So these are very well trained professional cats.
I mean, trust me, they got tricks.
And like little mice on string and stuff like that. And things have been laced with catnip. It's both adorable and borderline offensive as a tabaxi. But that's just the way things worked out. You also find a small cache of 10 gold. So that is there. That is just tucked away. It's somebody's little hidey spot. You know, the chair right there, that right over beside you, that the guy was like issuing huge bisexual energy on by straddling it backwards. Yeah, that was that guy's stuff. He was just tucking his stuff away. And
no wonder grab Trapper's so tight.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Then we're upstairs.
Yeah, as we're all actually congregating out there, I'm gonna just sort of ask around if, I guess, assuming mostly Krahv and Trapir, maybe patients, if anyone detects anything emanating out from above us. Like, if we've got any signs of evil or magic at the top of the steps.
Let's see if. So I think Krahv is the one with detect.
Evil
magic.
I can detect thoughts, but I'm too far away.
Yeah, Krahv has the evil one.
Yeah, so it'd be Krahv and Trapir.
Yep.
Yeah, Krahv has detect magic. And then as a paladin, he can sense good and evil. You know what? I'm gonna have Krahv just cast above himself to see if he can see any magic. And you know, he's just going to concentrate so he doesn't use a spell slot on it while you were looking. I'm going to say that he was doing that for you. And then do you want to detect good and evil? Because Krahv won't be able to detect it.
Can I do that?
No.
Do you have that? If you don't have that, Trapir, don't worry about it.
I don't have it.
So Krahv detects a shit ton of powerful magic coming from upstairs. He does not know. He knows that there are multiple sources, and that one of the sources is much more powerful than the other two, as far as he can gauge. But that's about it.
Sounds like we've got to get up there, right?
Sounds like we're gonna have a lot of fun up there.
Oh, Star, I found a gift for you outside. I totally didn't take this off a body. And I hand him the hand crossbow I got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Extra hand crossbow in case I
Did you
decide
say I totally didn't take this off a body?
I did.
So
I look
speaking of
saying,
which,
it suits you.
I just found it outside. It was just, I found it.
that's wonderful. Thank you. I
You look good holding that.
attach it at my hip, and I'm like, speaking of which, Trapir, I found this for you, and hand over all of the cat pornography.
I'm like, damn, this is kind of offensive, isn't it? I won't tell nobody. And tuck it into my coat.
I like the idea. Skitaki's got the milquetoast porn, but I like the idea that Trapir just collects unique porn at this point. Like,
I mean, I
did
need
solve the
porn for
centaur
when I
porn puzzle.
am a house cat.
yeah, right. It's perfectly. That's not even weird. Then that's just normal behavior.
Yeah, it's sort of a future tense porn.
All right, so we're going to go.
It's gonna become.
Let's do this.
Do you all go upstairs?
Yeah.
All right, so you all go
Yeah,
upstairs.
going up.
I'm going to say before you go upstairs, I'm going to have you all be smart about it because you've been creeping. And do perception checks for upstairs.
Perception, you say?
Yeah, perception checks for upstairs. And let me know if any of you get... all I need is one person to get above a 15.
I have a 20.
Oh, I got 19.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a.
yeah, I knew you would. Is it at the bottom? Yes, it is.
18.
So, yeah, that's rooms. So, you here, you know that there are two people. We'll say you peek around, you kind of stealth, and you know that there are two people upstairs, kind of in an open area, and you can hear them having a quiet conversation. So, that's what you're going up to. I would like, pick one of you to roll a stealth check. If you roll a DC 20 or higher, I will let you all rush upstairs for a surprise round. If you roll a, anything, if the one person rolls below that, it will just end up being like a normal attack.
I mean, everyone knows it's
No,
got to be
dude.
Star.
Yeah.
Right.
Star, what is
Fucking
your
naughty.
stealth? Your bonus?
+7.
Yeah, you beat me by 1.
Yup. The Ranger and
Is
the
it-
Rogue
is-
sneaking about.
And that's just a straight roll.
Yeah, regular roll.
Ah, fuck me. Nope.
All right.
Got 11.
So what I'm going to do for this, because the stairs have always kind of baffled me as like like how do combat happen when stairs are kind of closed. So what I'm going to do is
How do combat happen?
how do combat go?
How
I am
do
going to have all of you, while I'm doing this, don't give me the numbers yet, but while I'm moving things, roll your initiatives. I'm going to have Krahv, probably Krahv and Barry in the front. And I'm going to have you at the kind of the top of the
6.
stairs. And then I'm just going to have everybody kind of lined up at the entry of the stairs. It's a tight enough corridor that no one's going to, like, nobody's going to be like, oh, I can't get to them that turn. This is going to be a little inefficient, but it's going to happen this way because that's all I can do.
You can select more than one.
Yeah, I can, but that would require me hitting the keyboard. Yeah, let me select the rest here. Do I select more than one? Do I just there we go. Let's see if that was. Come on.
God, walls.
I'll move you around appropriately from here. Who'd be in the middle? Who would go in the middle? I know Skitaki and Patience would probably be in the back. So it'd just be Star and Trapir, or just Trapir?
I would think I'd be in the second rank.
I'll stay in the back, and then I can just dart up the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry,
sorta
no, that's not
working
fair.
my way.
Trapper could definitely be the, with the way that Moon Druids work, could be the best tank in the game right now.
Yeah, Trapper can do quite a bit. But we'll just put you here. It's not gonna matter too much. I am going to roll these guys' initiative. All right, give me just a moment here. Where is my encounter? There it is. So I'm gonna go down the line here. Krahv got a one. Star, what was your initiative?
16.
Skitaki.
23.
Patience.
I got a 13.
13. Trapper
6.
and Barry.
16.
And I rolled Krahv's, and Krahv managed to get a 20 flat. And so that is there, and then theirs is... What is theirs? Theirs is... Okay, so this is going to be first is on the initiative order is Skataki.
So I'm going to glue myself to Krahv and Barry's butt and ready in action to shoot whoever the first person I see is.
All right, so you're just kind of holding. After that would be Krahv. Krahv is just going to barrel in like he usually does to engage an attack. And Krahv is going to experience something. One of these two... so this is homebrewed just because I had to get Krahv out of here. But not aggressively homebrewed. You can find it on D&D Beyond. Krahv accidentally comes across a triggering trap. And has to roll a wisdom save, which is not good for Krahv.
I was gonna say.
Krahv does not pass the wisdom save. A large horned beast bursts forth from this area. It is very similar to the carriage trick. A large burst beast bursts from the doorway here. It immediately...
Can I roll to see if I know what kind of beast it is?
What did I call it?
And
yes.
if you smell it.
Yeah, do I smell his piss? No. What do you want me to roll?
This would be survival or animal handling.
All right.
Or
like
Arcana.
nature.
Obviously, animal handling.
Nature.
Animal
nature
handling.
is
There we
also
go.
fine. Animal handling.
19.
Nature,
Dirty
what have you.
19.
So you don't know what these are in person, but you've seen them in books. A large, it's not actually a natural one. A large spectral rhinoceros bursts out of the doors. Like appears to burst from them. The doors remain closed, but it comes from a portal in the doors. Sees Krahv and immediately beelines for him. Krahv does not pass his wisdom save, nor does he pass his dex save. Krahv immediately gets barreled all the way through this way and disappears into another portal with this rhinoceros.
Whoa.
And so
Holy shit.
Krahv is no longer in the field.
Oh shit! I should have taken that top off.
Can I sense if
That's
Krahv is
why
on
I
this
asked
plane?
for it in advance.
I was really surprised that you didn't.
I didn't think he was going to take him away for the big boss encounter.
Oh hell yeah, he's gonna take him away for the
I
big
did.
boss encounter.
Quick, track the mustache! Track the mustache!
Yeah, and so Krahv is no longer in sight, and you don't necessarily know where he's gone. If anyone wants to roll Insight or Arcana, they can to see if they can figure out what the fuck happened there.
Yeah, I definitely want to roll Arcana.
17 for insight.
25 with it. I rolled a natural 20.
4 Arcana.
Trapper, you've never seen a rhinoceros do this kind of bullshit.
I have a +2.
With 25, I'll say Patience gets it, definitely.
I mean, I rolled a natural 20. I would
Natural
hope
20.
so.
Patience, you know that there are writings you've read of, and definitely advanced wizard spells that can contain a portal spell and with another spell have a spectral beast sort of be triggered to it when somebody triggers that spell. So what happens is that some sort of security measure was put into place where Krahv passed, and more than likely something was triggered by that, by him not either saying a phrase or doing something. However, with a nat 20, you also know that these are one and dones usually. And so there's very little concern that that's just going to keep happening. It's not a repeating track. Trap. Krahv had sensed one big source of magic and 2 smaller sources of magic, and he would have sensed something that was like a runic arcane portal object on that. And so
this, I assume.
Which is this.
You'd sensed Krav's absence since the billiard
So
room.
this was more just a banked item with a spell trigger, and it went off. So Krahv is no longer there. Fun behind the screen fact, if Skataki had walked up there and walked past and began his like action of his turn before saying anything, that would have happened to Skataki. But we would have role-played it differently. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
However,
So is he like in a portal now? Just like, do we know where the portal goes?
you would know that he's probably either transported somewhere else at a great distance, or more likely in a pocket dimensional plane that's meant as a holding cell until somebody lets him the fuck out.
Okay.
So this is going to be a whole ass thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least a some ass thing.
Some of your ass will be used in this.
Yes.
Okay. Is it
There'd be
whose
a
turn is it now?
non-zero ass.
So after that happens, next on the list would be, I think, it would be, we'll do alternating again because 2 of you got 16s. We'll start it off with Barry.
Okay. So it doesn't look like I can get to them with my full movement, does it? Yeah,
Barry,
it's
you're
too far
right
for me to
there.
go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you can get there. You can get to this guy. You can get to either of them if you want to.
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
You got 30 feet,
Then-
right?
Yeah, you got
I'm going to
30
go
feet.
up to that first dude closest to me, and go ahead and attack him recklessly.
Do it. Put the hurt on him.
And a nat 20.
Woo! Roll that damage. As you might
Yeah.
imagine, a nat 20, a crit, does succeed.
Is Nat 20 not max damage?
He gets to roll his damage dice twice.
Actually, I
nice.
get to roll it 3 times because I'm a half orc.
Yeah. he's
So
a
it's
half-orc.
even better
Oh,
than
shit.
max
Yeah,
damage.
he can. Yeah.
So-
in his case, it's
Yep.
definitely better.
I got 23.
So, so Barry just rolls up, seeing Krahv just wiped off the map, essentially, just like what the fuck happened, and then sees people dressed in robes, which usually means casters, and immediately just destroys one instantly.
Can I say I kicked him out the window behind him? How about that?
Yeah, you kicked him out the window. So
Like
You-
a fucking
you
Carmen
yeet
music video.
Him. Yeah, you yeet him into your pocket.
I just yeet him out the window.
Yeah.
yeah, so Krahv or Barry, you do that. Get off of the thing. Stop it. There we go. Let me make this guy go away. Ooh, my touchpad skills are not strong with this close of combat. Okay, so he's gone. He's out the window, and at a quick glance, Barry, he dead. He all backwards and upside down and inverted. So he's crumpled. After Barry would be Star.
All right. So I'm assuming by the fact that we heard these two muttering at each other that this shared wall between where they are and the stairwell opens at some point.
Yeah, it opens actually right where Trapir is.
Okay.
You could slink through there with like a very low DC athletics check or acrobatics check.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I can just climb up it. I've got a
Oh yeah, you're fucking tabaxi. So
yeah,
you
I've got
you don't have to
claws.
make
I
a
can just
check.
climb straight up. Yeah, I'm just gonna climb. If I climb straight up, that's gonna be surprised, right? No one's expecting, especially after somebody just
No.
ran around.
No, because you're gonna come into view of sight of him,
And we didn't get the 20 on that
and you
stealth
didn't
roll.
get the 20 on stealth. So
Right.
they were ready for people to come up the stairs.
Right, but not up the wall. They were ready for someone to come out.
It would be
15,
surprising
20
in
feet over.
emotion, but not surprising enough to make them like panic. So this would just be a normal attack.
Okay, that's I was trying to get advantage so I could get my die 6 in there.
I know you were. I know you were.
All right. Well, I got a 23.
So that hits. So you definitely hit them.
Yeah. Ah, fucker. 4.
4 damage. Takes 4 damage. He's like, but I love cats. And then that's his response.
As is the way.
As is the way.
Whole goddamn house full of fetishists. This is insufferable.
It is super insufferable. This is going to be an ongoing problem for Star in my universe of everyone that loves cats. Patience, the next one is you.
Okay, so I would like to get kind of up in, let's see, up in this kind of corner here, which I realize you can't see my mouse. I want to get kind of up, kind of behind Barry by a space. Yeah.
Well, like here?
Yes, I think that should allow me to cast and hit from where I'm at.
I'll fudge it.
Or wait. Oh, no. Actually, move me back 1 to the right, and then I'm going to cast Blade Ward.
Okay. Blade Ward. What does it do?
Blade Ward is basically on my next attack. I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
All right.
And it's a cantrip, so...
So that is where
you know what? No, actually, can I get up on him? Can I touch him? Or am I not fast enough?
You were here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to let you roll an athletics check or an acrobatics check to see if you can hop over to make it in distance for you.
Acrobatics it is. I rolled a 15.
All right. That's enough. So you can get right up on him right here.
All right, and I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp.
Yep, and I got to roll to hit.
Yep.
19 plus 6 is probably enough.
That'll hit.
And then I'm going to roll my 1d8 here for the damage, and I did 6 damage.
6 damage. So he's had 4, and then he's had 6 damage done to him. Oh, I got to move Star to where Star went. Star, where'd you end up here? Just like somewhere.
Right back down on the stairs.
Oh, you just went back there. Oh, roll.
Yeah, but
stealth.
I forgot.
Roll your stealth to see if you hide successfully.
God damn it, 10.
All right, you're not going to get that advantage. Well, I mean, I have to roll an active perception, but I'm probably going to hit it. We'll find out if he decides to go for you. All right. Okay. So before I go with my enemy round, Skitaki, do you want to move now that other people have gone?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you just want to get line of sight but distance?
So do I get to make my attack since I readied it, or is this a kind of a sub?
I mean, it's technically you just delayed your action, is what you did.
Yeah, you just delayed your action, so you get your whole action.
All right.
Your whole turn is now.
So I'm going to move up and try and clear line of sight past Patience.
Okay, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to say that Patience knows you well enough to know to give you line of sight. So, you have line of sight right here.
Once again, loud noises, small spaces. Everybody loves it. 1626.
Hits.
I'm enjoying that plus 10 while it lasts. It's just such a good time.
You're still natural rolling pretty well, too. And so...
I'm so afraid to comment on it, because we all know how I normally roll.
Yeah.
Well, there's a 1, so that's 5 points of damage.
5 points
have said
damage.
nothing.
So that is 15.
I know.
That is 15. Amazingly, this guy is still up. He's hurting real bad, but he is still up, which makes me happy as the DM. Give me just a moment.
No.
Give me just a moment. I need to see what he can do.
You weren't sure if it was going to get that far.
I honestly wasn't.
He can go fetal and cry.
He can beg for forgiveness.
Yeah, and or mercy.
You have all done a great job at trying to deal with this problem before it happens. Patience, he is not going to move out of your range of engagement, so he stays here. So he does not take an attack of opportunity but with a 15-foot cone, he is actually going to aim. Well, he can't really see these two. He's gonna aim at Skataki. No, he can't aim at Skataki. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna be real fucking vindictive and aim at Barry because Barry killed his buddy. And so Barry, roll a dex save.
Okay, is this a visual? Does it have any visual component to it?
Let me see. I think it does, but I want to make sure.
Sure.
Like, what kind of spell is he casting? Is it a damaging spell?
Yeah, it is a damaging spell. Yeah, it has a visual component. Yeah.
Okay. Because then I can. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean it definitely has a component of visual. It means like if I could see the spell, I get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
You would get advantage on this.
23.
23. Okay, you're gonna.
And that's a nat 20, by the way.
It's a nat 20. You are gonna take half damage.
Okay.
So you take 10 halved to 5. So you take 5 more damage. He burning hands at Barry. And then he is also going to, as a bonus action, because he is in her space, he's going to roll to stab at Patience.
My bones!
Patience, he definitely hits your DC.
Yep.
And so he has a little baby attack.
Aww.
Come on,
Oh,
I can take
little
it.
baby
He does
attack.
1
Hit
damage
points.
to Patience.
He's a
Um,
little baby
My
attack.
bones!
Yeah, he does 1 damage to Patience.
You do have that healing potion still, right?
Yes, I thank you for fine. I can do
dare.
1 damage.
All right, Trapper, it is your go.
This guy's looking pretty bad, right?
Yeah, he's looking real tough. He's definitely looking like any of the damage that has been done to him previously probably would just kill him on anyone's individual attack. So like what? Yeah, he's not quite on death's door, but you know, as long as you do more than like 1 or 2 damage, you'll probably kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up by him to engage, and I'm gonna take a jab with my scimitar.
All right.
Unsheath my little clink, do a little cool twirly bit. It's dope. It's really cool.
It's like a staff scimitar that he reveals.
Yeah, he's got a little clasp that pulls off and unsheathes, and then kind of a straight shot with it.
All right, roll to hit.
Ooh, 7 plus God work. Okay, actions plus 4, so 11.
7
to
plus
DC.
4. Yeah, that does not hit. That does not meet his DC. So you miss him. So Trapper misses him. And then finally, I would like everyone to roll a perception check and tell me if you get above a 20.
I got a
Nope,
dirt
19.
Ooh, I do not.
No.
Barry got a dirty 20?
Yes, I hit 20 on the nose.
On the nose. Barry, you prevented the team from receiving a surprise round of attacks. So good for you.
Yay!
Because that would have been sad. I would have been. That's not what I wanted for this combat.
Sure.
Bam. All
Whatever
right.
you say.
So these two bust out, but Barry's like coming out of the rooms, and everything. And so these two are busting out of their doorways, and I'm gonna roll their initiative to see where it lands. Ooh, that's a bad roll for the old game, mommy. That was a nat 1 on their initiative.
That ain't it.
That makes me very sad. One day I
That
will
one,
roll
Abe
well.
Simpsons, and just goes right back in the room.
Nope. But it's good for the party. And what's good for the party is good for the story. Killing you all at level 1, it wouldn't be a total character death, but knocking you all out at level 1 would be real bad. Or level 2 would be real bad narratively. That is back to the top of the order, which I believe was Skataki.
Okay. I have targets. Rather than try and thread the needle with Trapir and Patience,
yep,
I'm gonna go past at the first one who came out the door.
Okay, I'm gonna have you line up with Trapir so that
okay.
You're nearest there, and then you're gonna attack this guy at the door here.
Ooh, 14
does not hit.
With a plus 10.
Okay.
Natural 4.
Krahv is in the ether. And so next I think we did Barry Star last time, so we'll do Star first this time.
All right, I'm gonna do my trick again. I'm gonna run up the wall and take a shot at the wizard.
All right.
Motherfucker. I definitely do. I don't think I hit. That's a 10.
No, you do not hit the wizard.
Nope, didn't think so.
This is
dropping back down, and God damn it! I only got 16 for.
Okay, I'll have to roll a better
hide bonus action.
I'll have to roll a better perception. They rolled above it this time before your turn, so there was no sneak attack in this one. You didn't hit anyway, so it didn't end up mattering.
Yeah.
All right, so now it is.
I would have still gotten the sneak attack because of everybody's so close to him.
The proximity, yeah.
Yeah. But I just don't have advantage.
So now it would be Barry.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and take down that wizard.
Take him down, Barry.
Hell yeah.
Barry smash.
Oh no, I don't take down the wizard.
Barry!
What did you get, Barry?
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Oh, Barry. God, this wizard's so dexterous now that he's got his buddies.
I know, right?
He's like martial companions to me. And
He's a wild motherfucker.
Okay, so after Barry was Patience. Patience.
Yes. Yep, so I'm gonna reach. What?
Would you like to redeem your party here?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and touch face with my shocking grasp to that wizard. By the way, should I have rolled a d20 because I cast a spell earlier?
You should have. Roll that d20 now.
Alright, well, I rolled a 13.
Okay, you're fine. It's up to. It's carrying over from last session, so that would be 4 and lower. Now, do your spell and then roll your riot magic.
16 plus.
That'll hit.
Yeah, it's plenty. 1d8. I rolled a 3.
3 is just enough. This guy goes down.
Ew. Wait, that was my own personal Jesus, not faith. Sorry.
They had 18 hit points, and you have cleared just 18. So he goes down. Thank God, because it was his round next. And he would have just
you sleep now
again. And it would have been much worse now that there's some grouping. From there, Patience, just in the nick of time, ends that poor wizard, puts him to the final sleep with a shocking grasp. And now it is Trapir's turn.
Is he like a cartoon character where he like gets all skeleton-y and then turns to ash?
I don't know, Patience. Is that what your shocking grasp does when it kills people?
I don't think so. No.
Patience says
just
no.
Electrocuted.
You should totally work on that, though. That's a great fatality.
Yeah. The eye holes are definitely steaming, though. We got that far in the cartoon physics.
Well, that's just science. That's just science.
That's science. I can't pretend like that. That's not happening.
So, Trapir, it is your go. You have these 2 martial people that have come out the door that you know about, and that's it. Or out their doors. You are muted.
You're
Josh.
muted.
Thank you. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Fuck yeah.
I hate that you use this so usefully. So they have to
It's
roll.
my favorite thing.
They have to roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna
save
make
against
it-
right.
Yeah, as far back as I can, so that like the rooms that
We'll
things
see.
haven't come out of yet are encased if possible.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. if that
What's the
works.
cube size
Ooh,
again?
nat 20.
Fairy fire. Spell.
I think it's just a DC though.
20-foot.
Yeah, I don't think you have to do it as an attack spell. I think it's
Yeah.
a save on my part.
Oh man.
I know.
Yeah, it was a waste of a
Ugh.
20.
All right, it's a dex save of 14 on my part for these
God
these people. Fairy fire, if I recall correctly, is a 60-foot by, or like it's a 20-foot cube, and it has a 60-foot cast distance. And so Trapir can absolutely avoid casting it on any of you, but at that speed, he can only really hit these areas. So just like this area to get all of them. But
Cool.
that's fine.
How many feet is a square?
5.
5.
Okay.
So you'll basically get the top right 6 squares inside of that room, too.
Yeah. You'll get all of these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Top 3, not 6.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, no, I was right. the
you
first
were right.
time
You were right.
before.
I was doing it wrong. It would be this space right here.
Yeah.
Let's see what their dex modifiers are. Not enough. Oh, just missed it by one. They are both
Excellent.
fucking highlighted and ready for advantage.
Yeah, these fellers are
Beautiful.
glowing orange like the fire outside.
All right, so they are going to come up.
And they also, any attack roll against them has advantage.
Yeah, that's the clutch right there.
That's
As long as they're
A
inside.
lot of people wouldn't cast Fairy Fire unless things are hidden, and that's always a mistake because things are often brutalized by
Yeah, the light
the advantage.
advantage has never really occurred to me. I just think of that as flair.
So, let's say that this
Oh, yeah,
person,
fairy fire with the rogue in the party alone. I appreciate.
this
Hell yeah.
person is they're a little bit smarter than your average. Come on.
Just stretch him out real thin. Make him real thin, Steve.
Yeah, they cast the widening spell. They're a little bit smarter than your average thing, so they're gonna go right at Patience. They saw.
It was the only one they've even seen land a hit, right?
Yeah, Patience.
This one's clearly the leader.
Patience is the only one they've seen lay the hit. Also seems to have magic. They do not like that. So I'm gonna roll their attacks in turn. Let's see. What do they get plus to attack?
Ugh. I accidentally put my water
Wait,
next to my hot ass
sorry.
computer. Blah, 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 blah.
That was not the end of my turn.
Oh, sorry. I cut off the end of your turn. What's your turn closure?
So I have 2 more movements. I have a bonus action. I have a movement action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read a little thing. I wanted to write this up beforehand, just make sure I get it right. Also, a little content note. It includes a description of emaciated body imagery. So if you don't want to hear that, go and skip forward 2 minutes. We should be at the end.
2 minutes?
It'll be quick. I gotta start because I said it already.
This is Josh's Sailor Moon moment.
Trapir stops and begins to breathe heavily, like he might throw up. He stares into the middle distance, and you see his eyes frost over. His limbs and neck begin to grow much, much longer, but without increased muscle mass. You can begin to see Trapir's veins and tendons and bones outlined much more clearly through his skin. It now looks as if something is trying to push its way out through the back of his robes. His torso is also stretched, leaving his fur thin except around his shoulders and pelvis, where it's much thicker. Piercing from his spine out through his skin and his robes sprout enormous, slender, crooked tines, matched by the treacherous, flesh-ripping talons he now brandishes at the end of his emaciated, spidery fingers. As you glance back at his now very dark, very sunken, possibly absent eyes, you notice movement around the crown of his head. It looks like some kind of seedlings pushing their way out at several points. As they grow, they gradually become more rigid, arborescent, gnarled, and terrible, until 4 large antlers dripping with moss have bloomed, towering above his scalp, through skin stretched so thin as to put his now much more monstrous and much more ghastly skull on unobstructed exhibit. His mouth now filled with what look like long, wet, curved ivory tines, almost like the spines of a cactus. It's all very extra.
Damn, dude, that's scary as shit.
Nice.
Thank you. And then I slowly back up all the way to the corner.
Oh.
And that's the end of my turn.
Back up to here.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Now it's their turn. So after Trapir just grew into a terrifying thing, it clearly must have affected, even though I rolled before it, one of these things, because he rolled a nat 1 and just whiffs on patience. But the other one does patience. Your AC, I believe, is below 16 or below.
My AC is 14, yeah.
Yeah, the other one does hit. And he hits.
I didn't know you could mainly attack through corners.
This is not, like, I don't consider this full coverage, but if you would like, I think that is fair. It's fair to say that. Come on, highlight him. Don't stretch him.
Make him long!
Here, I'll put him
Make
here.
him long!
So it's easy for Barry to
that
get
guy
at
just
him.
moved through that other guy. Gross.
Super gross. I did change his size slightly. He rolls, or he does hit, and he slashes into Patience.
Ouchie douchie.
Where are you? There you go. So he does. Ooh, Patience. He slashes into you for a solid 10 damage. He just cuts into you. Real strong. And then because he is next to his buddy, he does another, on pulling up his stroke, he does another 3 damage. So he cuts down and then cuts up. Patience, you've taken 13 damage this round.
Christ, okay.
It's a big hit.
Patience is not looking particularly great.
Back to the top of the order, Skitaki.
Well, that deserves some pain.
Yeah.
So that was the one in front of Patience or the one in front of Barry?
One in front of Barry.
All right. He basically just shoved the muzzle of my rifle in his ear. Pull the trigger. Does it? Nat 20.
Oh!
Jesus!
Roll that critical hit.
Patience! No!
Such an emotional roll from Greg.
That's a 6.
I can't wait to have not
That's
only
another 6. So
my
that's
blood on me,
12,
but also his.
20 points of damage.
20
I think
points.
somebody
Wait,
has a
Do you
crush.
only add your ability modifier once?
I believe
Yes.
you only had it once.
16 points of damage.
The only thing that gets multiplied are dice.
Oh, he gets his bell rung, and his like half of his face blows off. But in a moment that you think would be a death for anyone, he turns to you, whole sections of his head gone, and he's like, "Afraid I'm gonna kill your friend now," and then that's it.
What the fuck are we fighting?
There's a small chance Skitaki just wet himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, did an angel just get their wings?
Steve said he got his bell rung. I happen to have a bell.
I thought you were doing Josh. Josh on the Foley work for the
Right.
tab.
Thank you.
Good shit.
My daughter gets to ring that bell before bedtime if she brushes her teeth without interruptions.
Oh,
Oh,
that's very smart.
What a
Nice.
positive thing.
I should do that for myself.
It's a bell. Everyone likes ringing a bell.
we should all do that for ourselves. So Skitaki
You should.
just
I do it.
lays into him for fucking 16 big fucking damage. However, he still stands. Barry, he's right in front of you, looking monstrous and essentially disrespecting you. Before Barry goes, Skataki, do you move at all, or do you just stay right there?
No, I'll just stay right there.
Okay. Barry, it is your turn.
I'm going to look at this guy who just got half his face blown off. I was like, what the fuck are you? And then I'm going to attack him. Yeah.
All right.
Recklessly. And I rolled 23.
You hit. That, unsurprisingly, he does not have a 23 AC.
And I hit him for 9 damage.
You hit him for 9? So what, what like an alley-oop, Skataki sets it up. Barry, end this man.
I'll just cleave off the other side of his face.
I like to think that he's left with like a thin line going down with just like a nose and a tongue, and like nothing else is left of him. He is down. That is that guy. Barry, do you do anything else before the end of your turn?
I'm gonna pop a healing potion.
All right. Barry pops a healing potion. The next person in line would be Star.
And that gave me 10 HP. Holy crap, it gave me maximum.
Yeah, good job.
Hey.
Good job.
So I'm at 26 now out of 28. Oh, man. Whew.
All right, I'm gonna bump up the wall again. Oh, what was that?
Let me roll his perception. Since you rolled a 16.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did not see you, so you are hidden.
Oops. Right. Popping back up the wall. Yeah, we'll take the 17 for sure. So that would be a 22.
That hits.
And it's a 6 plus 3, so that's 9 damage.
9 damage. Definitely feels it. He's like, he feels it in his back as he gets struck with a bow from your crossbow, or bolt from your crossbow, and looks back at you and sneers. I assume you go back into hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll your hide. Roll your stealth.
That would be a 21.
Ooh, that's much better.
Yeah.
I'd have to roll essentially a 19 or a 20 to see you at that point.
Yeah.
So that is Star, and after Star is who's 13? Patience. It's your go. You've just been hit for 10 damage, or 13 damage.
Yeah.
Big points.
I would like to neck a health potion, please.
Okay, I believe I said that was 2d4 plus 2.
Yep. 2d4. Okay, so 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. 8 hit points back up.
8 hit points back. Nice. Ooh, much better than where you were. So I said that if you were feeding yourself with your own health potion, that was a free object interaction. So you have your full turn for you.
Yep, I'm gonna shock the face off of this person.
Shock him.
Okay, so oops, this is not as good. I rolled an 11.
11. It's an attack to AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that does not. He bats your hand away and snickers at you.
Asshole.
And then it is Trapir's turn.
I charge.
All right.
I forget what it is. What is it?
What your engaging attack? Oh
no.
The enemy. You don't know what these guys are. They look like dwarves to you.
Okay, I charged at the dwarf. I'm going to do pounce.
Yeah.
So I just sprint full speed and just leap and land slashing right across his neck and chest. And if I succeed in that, then they need to roll a DC 12 strength saving throw.
Yeah, to see if they're...
Okay, that is... Do I use my...
You use his stats.
Do I have an attack modifier?
You do. As what's the actual creature name you are again? Remember?
Deinonychus. But it is skinned as something else.
Yeah.
Which hasn't been revealed in this story yet.
Yep.
So I have armor class 13.
No, you're +2 attack for pounds. Must be the dynamite is 20 feet forward. Then he can use it hits with a claw attack. So it's your claw attack. So it's a +4 to hit.
Okay, 17.
17 does not hit his AC. I am sorry.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did they succeed on? Do they still have to succeed on the throat and not be knocked prone?
That target. Hold on. Claw attack on the same turn. Saving throw or be knocked prone. No, you have to hit them for them to have to do that DC.
Okay.
But you do still have your multi-attack, so you can still attack one more time with your claws and one more time with your bite.
Yes, I do that.
Whoa.
I slash.
This is all +4 to hit.
19.
19 does hit his AC, so that's 1d8 +2.
Oh, hey, and that knocks them prone.
No.
Because I did hit with a claw attack on the same turn after moving at least 20 feet straight.
On the same turn. Sure. Oh, so I have to do his DC strength check. To see if he does it.
Okay, claw 1d8 +2.
Yeah.
5 piercing damage for the claw attack.
He does save on his DC, so you did hit him, but he did not get knocked prone. So that is 5 to him.
So the bite attack then?
Yep.
23.
That definitely hits.
Nice.
7 piercing damage.
So that was 7 + 5 is 12.
And then, slashing from the claw, piercing from the bite.
And the damage type for him doesn't make that much of a difference. Okay. And then... I
haven't really dealt with this.
Star, what did you hit him for? Was it 7 or 9?
9.
9. So 12 + 9 is 21, and no one else has hit him. He is on death's door, but I'm going to just let you all know he has 1 hit point left.
I say...
So he is very upset by that, and a more reasonable man would deal with the monster at hand, but he is 100% aware that the weakest link here for him hitting is patience.
I'm drooling obscenely, I should say.
Cool. On both accounts. Right on.
Patience. He hits you.
Oh, I want to interject real quick.
Oh, yeah.
For anyone who skipped the transformation sequence earlier, I became like a very lanky, monstrous creature with horns and spikes and teeth.
You went from a very tall, kind of lanky coyote man.
Twice the size that I was, but I'm all folded up, kind of like the clown monster from Spawn.
Violator.
Thank you, Selene.
Patience.
Sorry, Patience.
No worries.
Patience.
Yes.
He hits you for 12 more damage.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Is she still alive?
No, I'm hitting death saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not there yet, though.
Yeah.
And other people have potions.
Oh, yeah. I'll be
Trapper, fine. Yeah. So...
OPP?
Yeah.
For those that have never played D&D 5th Edition, welcome to how combat goes in D&D 5th Edition, where players just go down frequently and then have to come back up. So that was his turn, so we're back to the top of the order. Skitaki, you are at the top of the order. He just slashed Patience down.
Well, we can have none of that. So I'll take one step forward, be beside Trapir, and once again scream, "Patience! No!"
I'm fine. Not fine anymore.
16 and an 18. I love rolling with advantage. So a 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I do turn towards you a little
11.
and sniff.
11 damage. So
thanks, I think.
Trapir,
maybe you're considering eating my corpse. I don't know.
Trapir ends this person. Or not Trapir,
Skitaki.
Skitaki.
Moved up.
Skitaki just ends. How do you end him, Skitaki?
put the muzzle just behind the ear and vacate most of his brains across the wall.
Ooh, he goes down. So he is down. So he's down. No one else has come out of any rooms. Nothing
That's a
else
lot
has
of
happened.
noise.
Wait, Game Mommy, with the rest of my turn, I'm gonna step past Patience since I can't help her, but I can guard that forward line.
Right here.
Perfect.
I'm more worried about the double doors behind us.
Yeah, I would, without hesitation, be going for those brains like Krahv for his Bolzerami right now.
Yeah, so you see Trapir just starts picking up some brains. Patience
Just
is
snorting
knocked
them.
out
I want
on
to
the
check.
ground.
I want to check those 2 rooms.
I'm going to
as
try and
Camille
stabilize
does.
Patience.
Yeah, does somebody want to bring up
Yeah.
Patience before she has to roll a death save?
I'm going to first try and stabilize her with medicine just to see.
Barry, since you are in the order, you can roll your medicine check.
I only got a 5.
That does not do it. Star, you're next in the order.
Blood.
What do you do?
Oh, is he able to give her a health potion then?
Yeah, Barry
Still
can
has
give her a
another
health
I'll
potion.
use. Can I use a bonus action to use her health potion
You're
on
no
her?
longer in combat, so that's fine. I'm just kind of doing it in order for
Okay.
death saves.
I took the potion that was on me
she took the
already.
Yeah,
potion.
she already used it. Yeah,
And I only got
she
one
just got
left.
hit twice.
I have one hanging off of the side of my belt, but I am eating this entire
Okay, so
dwarf right now.
If I could just snatch that from him, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not
yeah.
even notice.
Okay, so I'm going to snag that and use that on Patience to get her up.
Okay. Patience rolled 2d4 plus whatever it was.
2.
That was not as good
Plus
this
2.
time. Let's see, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, Patience, you're up for 7. So Patience is back up after being temporarily knocked out. And everything. So now you have this whole area to you. You are pretty confident that if anyone was in the 2 rooms kind of above at the top of the hallway, they would have, probably come out. But no one came out of the bathroom. Oh, there's no door on this side, so no one could come out of the bathroom. But you still have... You were very noisy, so it's pretty unlikely anyone else is in these rooms, but you don't know.
I'm also going to turn to Patience. I'm glad you're okay. Next time, don't stand your ground with ones like that. Get behind me.
Oh, okay.
Patience needs
And
some distance spells.
Out of game, I want to say you have
poor
disengage as an action you can take, which lets you escape without taking attacks of opportunity.
Yo. Oh.
Ooh.
So remember to use that when you're in a situation like that where they're pinning you down. You take that disengage and you get behind someone like me, so that if they want to chase you, they have to take
go
attack of
through.
opportunity from me.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I roll to see if I've eaten this whole ass dwarf yet?
Yeah, roll hunger.
8, unless I have a modifier.
You don't have a modifier high enough to change that.
Okay.
You've eaten about half the dwarf.
Cool, I'm still going.
So you're working that dwarf body. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to check those 2 rooms that the cats popped out of.
That these guys popped out of? Okay.
Yeah.
You check this room. Roll insider perception or investigator perception.
Investigator perception. Okay.
Yep.
13.
13. Nothing seen in this room. Let's say somebody gives you the help action because they like what you're
Yeah.
doing. Roll
I'd
a
help.
second d20.
Just step over me to get in the room.
It's 17.
17. In this chest, you find 2 more deeds to the circle plots that you had been looking for.
Nice.
Patience, roll a d20. Let's see if one of these is another.
A stebbin.
And neither of them are either of the other one that Patience is kind of looking for to get back all of her land, assuming you all try to kill Goodhammer.
I mean, it's looking
Who has
good.
the highest perception in the group?
The highest.
Highest perception or investigate?
Oh, I have the highest, probably really high. My investigation's +3.
Okay, my perception's +4.
Yeah, so your perception's better than my investigation.
Who else?
I
Anyone else
usually
have
have a
perception
plus.
like mine?
Okay,
I usually have a +4, but I have +3 when I'm in this form.
Star isn't much lower than you. Star is perception +3.
So just
I'm
so if
3.
we want to like gamify it, then I should be the one taking the action to search, and you guys use the help on me to give me advantage.
Yeah.
That'll
Like-
be the best way to use it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not helping though. I'm eating this dude.
So I'll search the next room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just know Star is eager to search rooms, especially now that they're no longer worried about people hiding in them.
Roll yours
12
with advantage.
with advantage.
You do not find anything in this room.
I mean, I look in the room and I don't notice the chest, and I don't think to go through it.
You open the chest, you don't see anything in it of
Okay.
any kind of note. There's like linens and shit.
Steve, I rolled a 3 on hunger.
On hunger, you have his left foot completely consumed, but he's still got 2
Excellent.
legs and a right foot and his crotch. But not his ass. You went for the ass first. That's good meat. That's good meat. That ass meat.
Yeah.
It's tender.
It's the bacon of the man, they say.
Yeah. So these are the 3 rooms where no doors open down here. The back room and the 2 rooms down below. Do you all roll like a perception check or something like that?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let the things, because you're not in combat right now. I'm just gonna let the things happen in a way where everybody just gets a +4 to their perception or investigate, and rolls with advantage. Because
I got a dirty
you're
20.
gonna do that.
Dirty 19.
What did you
It's,
get, Skatak?
21.
Okay. Everybody's fine. So you all get enough to notice that all of the rooms are empty except for this one. You don't know what this guy is about, but you do know that there's a person in this room.
I did just roll a nat 20 to hunger.
Nat 20 to hunger. You have consumed the rest of this dwarf. He is fully absent. Only the blood stain lets people know he was ever there.
Cool. I'm still starving. I'm licking up the blood.
All right.
There's 2 corpses. Oh no, the other one I threw one guy out the window. There's still 2 corpses in this hallway though.
Yeah, there are 2 more corpses you can eat.
Oh, I'm eating the other corpse then.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Should we go into this room?
Which room?
The one with the man in it? The one that we hear sound from? Yes?
Are we going to check
I
the other
perk my
Barry.
head up when you say there's a man in it.
I'm gonna. I feel like Barry wants to kick the door in and rush in
All right.
because his blood's pumping.
Sure.
Barry, that's going to give you a surprise round because your perception was high enough. What do you do there?
Trapper's definitely.
Well, do I get to see who's in the room? Do I recognize the person?
I'm going to say roll perception again with advantage once you're in the room. So this is amongst your move action.
16.
16. You see what looks like a 14-year-old kid sitting at the table reading, and he does not look up when you kick the door down.
Okay, well, I'm going to run over and... oh, man, this is freaking me out. But what I think what Barry would do, Barry would run over and grab him.
Okay, we're going to do a strengthy grapple check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it opposed.
It's a technical term. Don't worry about it.
9.
That does not matter. I rolled a 2. He has -1 to strength.
Okay.
So you grapple him, you lock him up, and everything, and he just starts screaming.
Well, I'm going to use my grapple to muffle him.
To muffle him? Okay, he
Yeah.
screams into your hand. So he's like,
Okay.
"Oh, oh, oh,"
If
and
you
his
don't
eyes
want,
are,
if you
like,
don't want to
super
end
wide.
up like the dead guards in the hall, you'll be quiet.
He pees himself.
There we go, folks.
Intimidation.
Steve,
All right.
Intimidation
do I smell
check.
it?
Is that with advantage?
Yes.
Steve, I rolled a 15. I have +3
13
to
on
perception.
intimidation.
Do I smell the pee?
You do smell the pee. Fresh pee, but you're busy eating this body.
Okay.
13 intimidation.
Okay, unless I roll stupid. I did. So he keeps... The way that this is going to play out is he keeps screaming. So he's screaming into your hand, so it's not loud.
Okay.
But he's like, ah, he's not following your directions. It's too
I'm
panicked.
going to drag him out into the hallway and say, I found this kid in this room.
He sees Trapir eating bodies and immediately goes unconscious.
Cool.
He would have seen me look up right at him as soon as he was
human?
announced.
Is he a dwarf? What is he?
He is a dwarf.
Okay.
He is a 14-year-old kid. He only has like a little mustache, like a little shitty mustache. He has not gotten his beard yet, and everything. And and so he is just passed out in your hand.
I'm moving on to the third body.
Put him back in the room.
I tie him up.
No, I think I might have a suggestion at this point.
All right.
You could.
I think we have a hostage here.
You could tie the kid's arms and legs behind your back, and you have a
This sounds
really helpful piece of armor.
Just this panicked youth armor. Jesus God.
I'm
sort of a danger
good.
cummerbund.
That's some chaotic evil shit right there.
Yeah.
Okay, but no,
search
seriously.
the room he was in.
You do have a hostage.
Okay, so he is tied up. You search the room.
And he's gagged, by the way.
Yeah, gagged, tied up. He doesn't need to rotate.
Yeah. I mean, you can rock him back and forth if you'd like, Steve. That won't make him feel better.
I see him tied up while I'm eating the third body, and I start wagging my tail.
I think Patience looks extremely uncomfortable and is like trying to make sure that he is at least like comfortable where he's laid down. Like she does not look okay with this.
I got a 16 on my perception to search the room.
Yeah, Skataki's straight up horrified.
Yeah,
Shit, this is
a little dark.
Hey, I could have run in there and cut him down, and I didn't.
You didn't. You did. He's still breathing.
Yeah.
And he's unconscious right now, so he's not like struggling. With a 16, you pop open another hidden desk drawer. This one does not contain porn. It contains more deeds. Again, Patience, roll a d20. Let's see if it's one of the one remaining that you
maybe.
need.
I rolled a 4.
It is not. Those are two more deeds. You are beginning to realize that he's getting real close.
I got a 17 for the back corner.
The back corner with the fireplace. You find tucked away a Beard's monthly catalog that describes the best beards, beard behaviors, and beard management. You find a box of cigars and some very, very high, because it's actually really good that you're the one who went into this room. Some very high quality brandy, still sealed in the bottle. Very expensive.
Oh yeah.
Very expensive. Let's say Skataki just ducks into this room real quick. Skataki, roll perception with advantage, but add +4. Again, we're not gonna.
Nat 20 and a 19. Holy shit! I'm wasting good rolls.
Nat 20. Nat 20. With the Nat 20 perception, you find one more deed. It is Patience's other university deed.
Woo!
So all of 7 of
We
the
should be
deeds
good.
have
Should we
been found.
should we head out? Or
7 of the deeds have been found, but you know, as long as he draws breath, Goodhammer, regardless of if you have the paperwork, owns these properties. So,
Cool.
am I finished with the third body yet?
You are finished.
It's
with
time
the third
to end
body.
this.
All of the bodies have been
Excellent.
consumed.
Yeah.
Fun little game mechanic. No one stopped him or checked the bodies beforehand. So Trapir ate anything that was on those bodies as well.
Oh, shit.
As far as not like weapons. And so none of those bodies, they had leather armor, which Trapir can easily consume. It was studded leather, so the poops will be a real toughie, but it was still leather armor. So Trapir ate everything but the swords that they had, and the swords were nothing special. They were just swords. They just had
Good
much
deal.
better strength.
Well,
Is anyone
I'm
opposed to
gonna
me
be a good
just-
little level 2 and gather up those mundane weapons. They'll still go together to form a couple of gold pieces at the end.
Yeah, so if you want to gather them, we'll just say that you gathered up some weapons and some sundries, and we'll just add that to your gold total at the end of this.
Once everyone is nearby, is anyone opposed to me charging through those double doors into presumably the master suite?
Wait just a moment before you do that. I want to look at this kid, and I want to see, does he look like Goodhammer to me?
You don't even have to roll an insight. He is blonde, and light-eyed, and does not look like Goodhammer in any real way, other than the fact that he's a dwarf.
Okay, so there's nothing about him that indicates that he is Goodhammer's kid.
No, he does not look like he could be related to Goodhammer.
Okay.
Should we blow him out the window in case we like set the house on fire or something?
Nah, he made his bed.
Yeah, that's fair.
His bed, let him burn in it.
All right. I get to charge?
Sorry about that.
I'm just kind of putting y'all kind of by the door. We'll be fudgy on movement to be exact.
This is when I'm going to finally rage for the first time since we got in this building.
Yeah.
Now we rage.
Yay, rage.
So I don't know. Do you guys think Barry should even want to wait for a moment, or should he just be ready to kick this fucking door down and serve up some justice on Goodhammer?
Well, right now I think. Go on.
I was just about to say one of our party members disappeared and the other one went down. Whether she's back up or not, she's back up and hurting. I feel like Barry would be charging fast.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
We're gonna say
have to fight Trapir for it.
Barry and Trapper, since you both announced that you wanted to do it.
Bursting through the door
stuck in the doorway, shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. It's a comedy. It's a comedy of errors.
Oh no.
Fredrickson. So you burst in. Let's say, do you want to
like
burst
Jedrickson,
within?
right?
Do you want to burst within closing distance?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna say that you burst in just enough. That's about right, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that we'll just say that that's enough. Burst in. We're gonna have all the range people stay back at the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna say you're all back here. I know I'm overlapping spaces. I don't care.
How dare you?
I just like how.
Oh, the chaos!
Who am I gonna tell? Game Daddy?
There is no Game Daddy.
Gross.
Exactly.
This is a single parent household.
God.
Daddy left us for Pathfinder.
Hey, I'm a Pathfinder fan.
I am a fan of Pathfinder too, but
Daddy left us.
I'm a fan of playing Pathfinder. I hate running it. Just like you'd never catch me run a 3.5 game. I'd sooner die. 3.5 D&D.
Someday I want you to explain that to me.
Too many things.
Later.
That's the explanation is simple. Too many things. Too many things to manage. So we are in there. We're gonna say so far when you come in, you just see him. He's looking over some papers at his desk. He casually turns to you. I need to know if Trapir and Barry's plan is to just immediately attack him, or if you're going to let him make his villain speech. If you pause for a moment.
What do you think, guys? Should we let him make his villain speech?
I always prefer to hear the villain speech.
Let's let him have his villain speech. But the moment he takes any sort of action that looks hostile,
then I'll roll his initiative and we'll see where he lines up. So you bust into the door, and he just calmly looks at you. He's holding a pouring goblet of a brown liquor, and he's just smiling, and he's like, I see you've made short work of all of my minions and defenses, but I do believe one of your party is missing. I don't see the lizard man anywhere. Never mind that.
Do you know where he
Well,
is?
you're going to tell us where he is before you're done.
I'll tell you where he is now. He is in a sub-pocket dimension based off of a little handy spell I picked up on my various travels. And he will be returned to you if and when we make a deal. Now, it seems you all have a misconception about what I am doing here. Some of you might think my method's a bit aggressive, but I am running out of time. The 2 moons are days away, and we need to cast this spell now. I understand I might have put you in this situation. I was not very communicative, but I will communicate now. Water's wealth is in a deep amount of danger. There is something a-brewing that I am trying to prevent. It happened on the last dual full moon. And if it happens again, something that none of us are ready to deal with straight on, it may come crawling up out the earth. So I have been buying up land, trying in my earnest to protect this community. I would like Trapir. I would like all of you. All of you roll an insight check.
11.
7.
16.
21.
If Josh said a number, I didn't hear him because he's probably muted.
14. I was going to ask if I should roll history at all about the 2 moons thing.
You know, everywhere in this planet knows about the 2 moons. It has 2 moons in the sky once a year. And you're educated enough. Once a year, they both happen to be full on the same note.
Specifically about like what happened last time with the 2 moons.
You weren't in Water's Wealth, so you'd have no way of knowing.
Yeah, that'd be a patience thing.
It would only have been a year ago.
Yeah, it would have been a year ago. And we played that you rolled into town a few months ago. You're in Odai at that time, but not in Water's Wealth specifically.
Someone rolled a 20. Who rolled a 21?
That was me.
That was one. So, Star, your insight says that he is communicating things to you in a chosen word manner. This is very familiar to you. It's not necessarily that he's lying. He's just not telling you all of the details. He's picking his words very carefully right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so he continues on. If you would allow me usage of your properties of the Caspi farm, I will be more than happy to avoid a great tragedy for Water's wealth. And we can just consider this business done costs. Nodding out to where he thinks there's dead bodies because he doesn't know that Trapir like consumed them, and everything. And he's just looking at you all. He's looking at you all, smiling, and he sort of settles and stops talking.
Well,
Does Star say anything about?
He's definitely not telling us something.
And I look back and I'm like, I'm tired of your worship.
Want to jump on this?
You tell us everything now, or you die.
Roll an intimidation check.
And I'm gonna gradually edge toward him, licking my lips.
Roll it with advantage.
22.
Roll it with advantage to see if you crit.
No, I don't crit, but I got 22.
22. All right.
I rolled a 19, basically.
I really want to.
I got really close to that, but not quite 22. He looks
there. So you're painting yourself as... Oh, I'm sorry.
Go on.
So you're painting yourself as the hero, and you want us to believe that you've been keeping this a secret because... What? Those of us who were here don't remember? Now, this is the part where we threaten to feed you to the hounds. Or, since we have Trapir, then we'll feed you bit by bit to whatever the fuck he is.
He laughs.
I purr gently.
There's a gentle amount of nerve under his laughter, like nerves under his laughter, but not too much. And he's like, well, I am a businessman. And as a businessman, I am owed certain things for my services. Now, I might have had some sort of conversation with your magister on what I could provide the town, and he might have gone a different way. by hiring all those birds out there. But I don't think that they, even in their number, are prepared for what's coming. And all I was asking for is for him to step down, to give me the title, to give me the position as I rescue this town from imminent destruction. Now, I'm not unreasonable.
Question.
What?
We're not worried about, we're not concerned with your business talk. We want to know what's happening.
Can I take a movement action?
Yeah, you can. You can move.
I'm gonna run up right, basically to the side of him, essentially just like two squares behind him, which I can make it all the way back there with feline agility. And then I'm going to say that I spent almost my entire life surrounded by businessmen, and I just want you to stop bullshitting us and let me know right fucking now what you're not telling us. Crossbow straight to the head.
All right.
I'm still advancing, by the way.
And yeah, and so we're gonna say that Trapir is here. We're gonna say that, what would you say is about there during the conversation?
And I got a
Barry's
17 on.
Barry kind of, I want to basically Barry to look like I'm like almost have Trapir on a leash, ready to unleash him.
Yeah, so Barry kind of wanders with Trapir a little bit.
I'm conspicuously brushing against his bed to make him uncomfortable about it.
We're just gonna say, I'm not going to punish you for spells for this. We're just gonna say you guys are on the inside of the door. Like, I'm not like doing this and then I'm like, oh, I hit everyone because you're in the room.
Push me further south, so I have a cleaner line of sight.
We're gonna say you're on this side, probably.
Sure.
And then you can, if he casts something, you can do like a duck and cover behind this thing. And then we're gonna say, Patience, are you still here?
Yeah. So there's one thing I'm curious about. One, I'm curious about. You said something happened last year.
Yep.
So I would like to think back to that year, and what happened.
Roll history or insight.
Oh, girl, you know it's going to be history.
Right back.
I only rolled a 16.
You do not know what he's talking about.
Can I make the same?
Yep.
All right.
Also, I got a 17 on intimidation on that.
Histories -1, insight. So I only got a 17.
You also don't know what he's talking about, Skataki. And he is no more threatened by Star. Even though Star is like on him, he has not taken an action yet or anything. And he's like, a particular person who has moved on from Water's Wealth over several years has tried to cast a number of spells, foolhardily so. Those spells have compounded over the years, over the decades. Now, most people think he's moved on from this area, but every year, around the 2 full moons, he's been coming back, quietly going to different locations, quietly casting spells when he can. And based off of a happenstance run-in, I came upon him, learned what he was doing, and saw an opportunity not only to be a hero, but to expand my position. So I took that opportunity like any good man would.
How did you come upon him?
He might have been in my very property itself, trying to make sure that something happened here so that his little circle would be complete.
Might have been.
Well,
So I hear you dancing around all these details. I still don't hear you actually tell me what the fuck is going to happen.
what's gonna happen is a big damn monster is gonna come right out the ground and eat and consume everything in the area if I don't ward against it. But to ward against it, I've got to contain it. To contain it, I've got to own the property to have it so that under this spell, it becomes my land. It has to be my land. Roll insight on that. Specifically patience, because you're the only one who's really dove deep into arcane magic.
with
I
my
start
excellent,
slowly
great
backing.
insight.
Insight
It's gotta
or
be
Arcana?
insight. Please
Oh,
let it be
man.
Arcana. Thank you.
Yeah, Arcana's fine.
Oh, God, fuck me. God
Trapper, you can also roll this. You also studied magic.
damn. I rolled a 2
I'm
plus 5.
slowly backing up.
Do you have a point of inspiration?
I do have a point of inspiration. I have 2 points of inspiration.
Might be time to unload one of those.
I would like to use a point of inspiration.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got 24.
Okay, with that, I got a 20.
Okay, both Trapper and Patience know this. There is no such thing as casting something where you need to own the land. It sounds like the kind of thing where maybe someone might have spiritual magic, something where they possessed the ground or it was their home and something couldn't be invited into their home. And there are creatures that have to be invited in. Both of you have heard rumor and or thing. Barry, the only thing you know is that you have to invite in a vampire. That's the only thing you know about land ownership. But
Dang, Barry, you seen True Blood too?
Period. Not just
Good
magical.
show. At least
Yeah.
the first 2 seasons.
A vampire cannot enter any property that you own without an invitation. But for Patience and Trapper, you know that part, his explanation where he must own the property, is a lie. The other part, where someone could have potentially cast something over several years to unlock a gate to another plane, and especially knowing that the magic glitter dust needs either celestial or fiendish magic to have brought it forth, that part does seem like it probably could be true. And so whether or not he's actually the one doing this, you don't know yet, or if he's doing that. Trapper, you rolled a 24. I'm just going to say this in there. He mentioned a guy who was casting a bunch of spells, not really understanding what they were about over time in Water's Wealth, and mentioned that everyone thought that he was gone from Water's Wealth several years ago, but he makes his way back. So I think Trapper would have at least a suspicion this might be Skeeter's doing.
I love that his name is Skeeter. So Patience is like, quit bullshitting, that's a lie.
And he looks at you.
You don't need to own the land, you just want to own the land.
And he looks at all of you and he's just like, listen, whether I want to own the land or I need to own the land, here's the deal. And he puts his beverage down. And he's like, you can either fight me here and then deal with whatever the fuck's gonna come out that goddamn dirt below our feet, or you can capitulate. And I don't think any of you know how to seal a celestial, or not celestial, a fiendish hell portal. It's not necessarily hell, that's just what he calls it. Hell portal to the entirety of Water's Wealth. Which all of you know that none of you would probably know how to do that. But Patience, you think that someone would probably know how to do that in the Water's Wealth, or could potentially know how to do that. It's not necessarily true, but
I would love to eat this guy.
Unheard of. And so he throws it, and at that point, he picks up his staff in a threatening manner. Star, Trapper, and Barry, you're all on a fucking hairpin of attacking. I'm gonna let all of you roll perception with advantage because you've had a lot of time to study his body during his villain speech, and he is going to roll a sleight of hand to see where he lines up with you.
16.
22.
I didn't get anywhere near that high. What am I? I got a 10.
13. Oh, sorry. Initiative, right? 14.
This isn't initiative. This was just perception.
I did mention that I backed up a little. Since
yeah,
the
so
movement on
you
board.
want that 20 feet, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can move back and then charge, but
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna give it to you because
I like threateningly moving back slowly.
So this is how it's gonna go. Barry doesn't have to roll initiative. Barry gets to act first in the initiative. I rolled a 21 right under Barry.
Wow.
So Barry, you are first to act. The rest of you roll initiative.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna then
18.
initiate. If I see that he's making what his movement is, that he's making an attack at us.
Yeah, you get to go first because you see it first.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna initiate rage with my bonus action, and charge up and attack him. Basically. Yeah.
All right. Before we resolve the attack, I'm gonna go down the list. Krahv's not here. Star, what did you get for initiative?
Krahv's
I got
not here,
21. What's his dex?
His dex is less than yours, so you'll also go before him. Skitaki, initiative.
18.
Patience.
8.
Trapir.
18.
All right, you guys get 2 attacks into him before he gets to go. So he, Barry, you went up to attack him. Roll to attack.
Attack recklessly, so I rolled 17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Do we have a map token?
And I hit him for 14 damage.
A map token?
For Hammergood?
Oh,
He's
he's
right
by
there.
the desk.
He's there on the desk.
He's just also gray, so it's a little hard to see.
This is him right here.
So yeah, I ran up and hit him for 14.
14. We're going to say you run up and hit him for 14. All
Yeah,
right. he
I don't
takes-
want to be
Not right
Trapper's
there.
way. I want to be to the side of
Okay.
him.
Like here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he takes 14 damage. Ow. Next would be Star.
All right, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do this first.
I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't give us
whatever.
a chance to negotiate with him, really.
Yeah, I'll just hit him regular,
They never do.
and that would be what was it? Crap, I'm not on the right page. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's 17.
17 just hits as well.
Right, and 6 plus 3, so that's 9 damage.
9 damage. So 14 plus 9 is 23. All right.
Yep, and then I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run and use movement to run, and then use a bonus action to hide. I don't know. I guess
You can hide behind the bed if you want.
fucking behind the bed. Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like that makes more sense than running across the room.
Yeah.
Cool.
So roll your stealth action to hide, and then.
Oh yeah. Motherfucker. 12.
12. Okay. So he is going to do a couple things. The first thing he is going to do is he's going to go to Barry, and he's going to go blow to blow with Barry, which is dumb because Barry is a
Beast.
beast, but that's what he does. Barry, what's your AC?
19.
Fuck, he misses on his first attack. He crits on his second attack.
Okay.
Barry get what's his damage? Okay, it's this. So 2 of these. Barry, he does a whopping 12 damage to you.
So he actually only does 6 then.
Yeah, because you're half and everything. He then tries desperately to, as a bonus action, go invisible. Everybody make a perception check. Tell me if you get a 15 or higher.
23.
16.
Okay, that's
5.
more than enough. More than one person is fine. So his invisibility spell fails, or his invisibility dodge, because and everything. He is still standing there. He's looking hurt, but not near death's door. So it definitely was rattled, but did not, go down. After Barry would be, or
Did he
after
see me
Star
though?
and him. I roll the perception on your next turn.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I roll it right before you go. So after Star, Barry, and him would be let's go with Trapir. Narratively, it would be Trapir. So Trapir.
Right on. Yeah, I charge and slash with my claws.
All right.
What's the +2 attack on that one?
Plus 4.
+4, thank you. 17.
God, you guys are just nailing me with these 17s. Yeah, that hits.
Yes. Excellent. All right, so
We were ready.
he needs to save on a DC 12 strength saving throw.
He does.
And I'm going to roll a D8 +2, 3. Slashing, or yeah, 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then did he save?
Yeah, he saved.
Okay. Then I am still going to bite and claw again.
Okay.
So
You
first bite. 23.
That hits. Roll the second attack too, and then just roll the damage together.
1 + 4.
Okay,
No,
so
5.
one of them hits. That's another 1d +2.
6.
6. All right.
6 piercing.
He doesn't enjoy it, but he is still standing. Skitaki.
Once again, loud noise, small room. Do I still have the +10, or did that drop off?
You still have the +10.
20.
That hits.
And
So
if
I
it
wanted to
helps
ask
any,
everyone, do we want to kill him, or do we just want to down him and then tie him up and
I
put
would
him in a
love
situation where
to
we
know
have
what. Yeah, I'd love to know what your
Yeah.
choice.
yeah.
13.
Okay, 13 hits. Ooh, big damage. Big damage. He is still up. Yeah. Yeah.
And so
he's-
enemies, we can healing word back into like a fringe.
Yeah, you all do
okay.
not have the damage ability to kill him in one shot, so you can just knock him to 0 either way and kip him back up. If because Trapir has like cure wounds or something like that, or healing word or something,
Healing.
and so he can always flip him one of those. So we're not going to worry about that too much. So after Skitaki was, I believe, Patience.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb. So I'm gonna throw that 4-inch diameter spear of energy at the
Yeah.
creature. And I'm going to choose lightning damage, which hopefully it hits. Come on, no. Oh, I have inspiration. Does that mean I get to choose? I can do advantage if I wanted, right?
I would wait till you could use your
yeah.
inspiration after.
Yeah,
you
use it
attack.
after. See if you fail the
All
first
right.
roll.
12 plus 6, 18.
18 hits.
All right, so I'm gonna roll my 3d8 damage.
Nice.
I don't have that many d8s, so 1 second, please. 2, 3, 2. That's not great.
7.
Yep.
All right. He is definitely looking hurt.
Still a solid hit.
So yeah, it's definitely a solid hit. And you didn't endanger yourself.
For once. Yatta!
On that attack, he is going to use a reaction. This is fully homebrew. I meant to do this before, but I forgot to. After Skitaki successfully hits him, he uses a reaction, and he just does finger guns at Skitaki, and cocks his finger guns, and Skitaki, you need to roll insight or perception to find out what happened.
Oh, that's not good. Neither of those things are my strong suits. Oh, 17. Insight, perception, 20.
You feel your weapon, this rifle that you've had. You were given it by one of your commanding officers. It was passed down by his family. It's seen conflict after conflict, and it has brought down many of a foe. You feel it begin to cake over with dirt and grime for a brief second, and then a gentle amount of rust begins to develop around the trigger, the inside of and outside of the barrel. It isn't broken, but it is so very much worse. And what's even worse about it is that when you go to like touch any of the rust, it isn't tactile. It's like it's underneath the skin, if you will, of the metal.
The gun skin?
Yeah, the gun skin. It doesn't have a rough feeling to it or anything like that. And he just.
I'm gonna see if I can get a gun skin hat when we're back in town.
Gun skin. But underneath the top layer surface of it. So Skitaki's gun is no longer a historical artifact that gives him +10 to attack. It's back down to a regular rifle with his regular bonuses. So it's still good, but it's not nearly as good, nor will it hit nearly as much. It was damn nigh impossible for Skitaki to miss before, and now it's less possible for him to hit. So he takes your gun down, and then of course he takes the damage from Patience, and he is definitely looking hurt, but it is Barry's turn. So Barry, go into it.
Ooh. Okay, well, I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna recklessly attack him again. And a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
11 damage.
11 damage. Ooh, he's looking real fucking hurt. Star, lay into him.
All right.
Oh, does Star hide successfully?
Oh, yeah, let me roll perception.
Yeah.
No, Star did not hide successfully.
Okay, curses.
He's like, I see you behind the bed.
He's like, I can see that you're trying to play tricks, little kitty.
No, I missed.
Star missed?
I'm sure, or at least I think I missed. I got a 10.
Yeah,
you think you're hidden behind the cat tree by the bed.
It was such a good plan.
I'm gonna at least hide again.
Hide again.
So that's 19.
19. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we are in the final throws. He is very angry. He is gonna start getting real aggressive. He is going to take a step between. No, he can't do that, can he?
He'd have to make an opposed athletics check against both of us.
Yeah, both of you. That's not going to work for him. What is he going to do? He's going to stay right there. He doesn't need to go anywhere. He's going to stay right the fuck there. He is going to look at Barry, and he is going to do. Barry, make a. Actually, no, he's not going to go for Barry or Trapir. Give me just a moment. I want to make sure he has this before I... So I built him very specifically. He's an actual character, by the way. For anyone that's wondering, like, what kind
of... he's like a class?
Yeah, he's a multi-class. He's a real character sheet. Cool. Because I wanted him to have the kind of abilities that I needed something that was like a multi-classed character to do. And he's supposed to be a boss fight. So I wanted to make him bigger. Yeah, he does. Excellent, I took it. So he, without having to take a disengage, as a bonus action, I don't know if it says a bonus action, as a movement action or a bonus action, it's not going to matter because he's not going to need to move after it, uses Misty Step. And he Misty Steps himself out from you guys onto the bed. Yeah, that's fine.
Wild choice.
Onto the bed, and then he burning hands in the direction of Trapir, and
I'm too far away from to hit.
Barry, it's 15 feet. 1, 2, 3, 15 feet.
15. You're measuring those things wrong, dude. Because if you measured that out, that would take 25 feet of movement to get to that spot.
Diagonal movement and diagonal line of sight range are true in 5th edition.
Okay. Before it was always 5 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet.
No. Whenever you do the area spells on miniature maps, all of the cone things and all of the straight lines can just be line of sight angled.
Okay.
And so they equal that.
Okay. I'll roll my advantage. 17.
17 does pass his DC check. Trapper, roll a DC.
That is a nat 1.
Okay, Trapper does not get that.
Well, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
That is, let's see, 11 points of damage to Trapper, and then 2 points of damage to Barry, because it's
I don't have resistance to fire damage.
Oh yeah, it's magic, so it's 5.
So it's 5.
5 points of damage to Barry. Nonetheless, so he does that, and then you know what? Just cause he can, he let's see if it even matters. He, as his bonus action, heals himself for a whopping 2. This is not a high roll for his bonus action.
Damn. That's it, guys. We should just run.
Yeah, with 2.
It's over.
This is a fun fight. I like that he stepped out from us.
Yeah, he is a very, very different character. I didn't like any of the bosses that were in the right challenge rating for you. So I was like, how do I make a cool character that's not like super hard or attacky to the point where you could one-shot hit you, but I wanted something that could like really fight you as a group of 5-on-1. And so, yeah, he's got a lot of cool things. But we passed his order. And so now we are at Trapper again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go toward the rug a little bit, and then jump off of the chair at him and use pounce to attack. And I'm going teeth first. Or wait, no, I think I have to do slash first. Yeah, claw attack.
Yeah, claw attack first. Let's not make you squishy.
Dice are getting all crowded in this corner of the box. All right.
So you're here.
Ooh, 19.
19 hits. I'll roll a strength save. Totally saves on strength.
All right. I'll roll my claw attack. It's a 9. And then 19 for my bite.
So 19 for your bite, and you have a second claw attack too, right?
That was a 9.
Oh, okay. The bite hits as well.
Okay, cool.
So you have 2 hits, 1 miss.
So damage 6, and then hell yeah, damage 10.
So 16 total.
Yes.
Whew, he is breathing hard, hurting, still up.
Wow.
Is he bleeding at all?
Oh yeah, he's super bleeding.
Yeah, I licked some blood off of him.
Gross. Skataki.
It's delicious.
Okay, so I drop the rifle, draw my 2 swords, and charge in to we'll fill the gap on the far side, tee off against him.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I should probably
Jump on the bed with the Trapper.
Yeah, put me on the pillow laying lovingly next to him.
That's a broken bed. This bed is broken.
Yeah, the bed,
Not yet, it's not, but it's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I wish there was room for me to get on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure on a weight on the thing that I've skinned is something else, but I'm pretty sure it's a dinosaur.
NADPOD call out.
Everyone on the bed. It's a one big bed.
What's your roll, Skataki?
Oh, do I get to attack?
Yeah, you moved. You had 30.
No, but I had to drop and draw weapons.
I will let you attack with disadvantage.
I think drawing weapons is your bonus action.
Yeah, drawing weapons.
Dropping is a free action. So...
No, yeah, you get to attack. You can attack once. So yeah.
Yeah, you attack normal.
All right, so no advantage from Trapper, right?
Not that I know of. No, because he's not prone.
And technically, you can't use your offhand attack this weapon round because you used a bonus action to draw.
Yeah.
Oh, so only one attack?
One attack.
Yeah.
I will roll again. I do not succeed.
What'd you get? Below a 16?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 plus whatever 6.
6, yeah, no, that's not going to do it. Oh, the first big miss from Skataki. So brought low by not having his giant rifle. Okay, so Skataki.
I'm burning this character and making a new one.
I'm not giving you another +10 weapon out the jump.
Damn it.
That was a story
Every
thing.
session, a new character with a new monster gun.
And they always get brought low.
Just so you know, a +4 weapon is like
it's the highest
legendary god-slaying weapon.
Yeah, I totally do.
I gave it to him because I thought it would be fun to watch Greg hit for once. In the early fights that didn't matter.
He has rolled like garbage a bit there.
So I believe we're down to patience. Patience.
Yep, I'm gonna do another chromatic orb at him.
Yep.
So that's probably not enough.
You know what we haven't been doing, Patience? Before you do that chromatic orb, we have not been doing wild magic rages.
Shit.
Please do 2 now, and then a third one after this.
10.
That's still, you're fine.
13.
You're still fine.
7.
The 7 is going to trigger a wild magic surge, but
Shit.
you're gonna roll your attack first because you already announced it.
Okay.
I'm glad we're all far away from you.
Let's see. So 11 plus 6 is gonna be 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Oh, it does? Okay. And then I'm gonna roll my 3d8 damage, which I'm gonna go with lightning damage again.
Nice.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20 damage?
Damn!
I rolled 8, 8, 4.
Ow!
Okay, before we resolve the wild magic surge, Patience. Finish him.
Yeah, Camille, when you cast chromatic orb, does it sound like do 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 do?
No.
Sorry, it's a music theory joke.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a yeah. So she like has been using this little. Is she able to use that weird little friend yet? No.
Her little orb guy? No, she hasn't bounded into him yet.
Yep. So she like frustrated at like this motherfucker, like pulls up this little ball of lightning and like throws it at him, trying to hit him almost in the head with it if she could, but probably does not. And like crackles out this like incantation for lightning, and it shocks the hell out of him. You can see like his skeleton, like it's through his fucking clothes. It's very, I don't know. I'm not very good at describing this sort of thing.
That's very radiant.
As his body shudders, X-raying back and forth, showing his skeleton, clothes burning off of his form. Before we do the wild magic surge, we're about to do it. You don't have to say it now, but roll a D100 for me.
Monster Trapper gets real excited when he sees those bones.
Like a true D100?
Yeah. It's well, I mean, you can roll the percentile and the thing.
Yeah, I'll
the
just do it.
2d10.
I'm just pulling one up.
Trapper gets real excited when he sees those bones.
All right, I rolled a 54.
54. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to what that is. I would like Patience, Trapper, Barry, and Skataki, but not Star, to roll an insight or history check.
Dang.
9.
That one.
12.
19.
So weirdly enough, the Bugbear Ranger pulls this one off. You haven't had a lot of experience with this, Skataki. You were a field in the military, doing something that was getting... It was an ill-informed military action. It was to control a like a housing location, like a small village location, and put a hard border. You weren't really the front line so much as you were in front of the front line. And while you were on patrol, you saw a creature that looks like what Mr. Goodhammer / Hammergood looks like after the electrocution. He becomes bones and then fleshes out fully to a purple creature with large eyes and big, giant, pointed ears. He's got green hair. He's still about the same height, but he's much thinner. He's wearing some sort of orange, pastel-y, kind of glimmering robe.
Are you describing Mosquito Valentine from the cartoon Doug right now?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Nicely done, though. Good reference. And in the end, what you see is what you were told by by people that believed you when you went back to see that, is you are seeing a fae. And so a fae, and he looks, realizes its form is exposed, makes eye contact with Skataki, and goes, fuck, and fae steps right out of there. So, you get the experience for killing him. You guys will level up after this conflict. You have murdered a lot of people. But his body is nowhere to be found, and Skataki and Patience, without really knowing exactly what happens, felt the spell that happened. He is gone. So he disappears. Mr. Goodhammer / Hammergood is no longer in sight.
I was psyching myself to eat that dude.
I know
so
you were.
I start like turning toward the rest of the party, and then I come out of wild shape.
I was prepared to like grab you and make a strength contest with you.
Yeah.
If you did that, by the way. Part of why I'm raging gives me advantage on strength checks.
Excellent. I do like to imagine that the reverse transformation is like opposite in tone. The spindly limbs just kind of go like limp and noodly, and then just slurp back up like a cartoon.
And then you're covered in blood there, like, hey guys,
Boxcar Willie. Yeah.
So I imagine Patience's like hat has flown off from like the burst of lightning that she shot out.
Yep.
She's breathing hard, like her hair is for once out of place and just kind of like in her face.
And
she
now
looks bloody.
The wild magic, sir.
And now the wild magic.
Oh, fuck. Forgot about that.
You rolled a
Trapper's real sweaty.
54.
You are immune to being intoxicated by alcohol for roll me 5d6.
It's time to go drinking, fellas.
Patience goes like, I need a drink.
Yeah, roll 5d6, Patience. This is how many days you will not be able to be intoxicated.
I love it.
How many? 5?
5d6.
This is gonna take. Let me get my.
Get that Yahtzee.
Yeah.
I can roll 4 for you if that helps.
No, I've gotta be me. So 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 days.
Next 3 weeks, Patience. Not only can you not be intoxicated, you can't even feel a buzz. Ain't no liquor gonna take the edge off this nightmare that just happened to you. But it's just by alcohol. So if you want to smoke some weed, so he disappears. All of you are fine. All of you are up. I assume you all start investigating the rooms.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I search every room on the way out of here.
You find a bunch of deeds. You find all of the deeds to Goodhammer's place. You also find a journal. The journal begins explaining and documenting exactly what he has discovered, and it seems he is being honest. In 3 days, something's coming out that ground. He complains that the Magister didn't give him the opportunity, instead spent a considerable amount of the town's saving on a Kanku mercenary group that is outside in order to respond to this, and they will be invited in the town on that night to hopefully deal with it. He does ramble about the gentleman he met. He did not catch the guy's name that he saw casting this spell wrong. You discover that that he has been a jack of all trades. He has never really committed to one form of magic. And then if somebody rolls a nat 20 on either investigation or perception, I will give you a little bit more and then tell you what else is in the room on this journey.
No.
Definitely not.
All right, nobody rolled a nat 20. So the only...
I mean, you wrote such beautiful world-building story. You should probably tell us anyway.
We'll get to it. I assume he won't just keep it from us.
This is not the last we've heard of Goodhammer.
Oh, no.
You do see that...
Do we think this is the last the town has heard from Goodhammer the dwarf?
You do see that...
Hell no.
He has a lot of notes wondering if this is even fucking worth his time. If, you know, being here and trying to convince this. And you see that he's like, well, if things get complicated, I'll just bounce. If they don't give me the town, I'm going to leave. And so... you get kind of the impression that you might have just made it too much of a pain in his fucking ass to help the town, because he's not going to get anything for it. And so you may have dismissed Goodhammer from Water's wealth. You also find out that the reason that he is called Fredrickson Goodhammer Hammergood is because when he originally registered for papers in Odai, he went through the bureaucratic process to name himself Hammergood, but over time he was real sad that he didn't call himself Goodhammer, so he would just introduce himself as different names to fuck with people, and when they would say his last name, he would correct them the opposite way each time, because you didn't talk to him conversationally enough. You didn't know that I'd written that for that character to just be a dick. He's like, it's Hammergood. It's Goodhammer. It's Hammergood. Nonetheless, the other things you find in here, you find a cache of gold. There's about 120 gold total worth of coins in this bedroom office. You find a couple magical components that might be useful to Trapir or patients. They are mostly precious gems. They're not like artifacts or anything like that. You find some costume jewelry. You find a few more bottles of really high quality booze. And you find several issues of different kinds of pornography in a file labeled confiscated pornography from my guards. Why do they read so much pornography on the fucking job?
That's fantastic.
And before we can talk about it, the results are everything. It is already 10:10, so I am going to end this session of Through the Mill for tonight. Congratulations, you just had your first real boss fight.
But also, where's Krahv?
You don't know where Krahv is yet. That may be resolved in a one-on-one. It may be just resolved in the next session. We'll see if I can get Dandy wrangled in for that. But for now, that is it. Remember to follow us at Dying of Exposure on Twitter, Facebook. Keep watching it here Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific for new episodes of Through the Mill. You can also watch me Thursday afternoon playing Chrono Trigger at noon Pacific for 2 hours every Thursday, because I want an excuse to play retro video games, and so now it's content. You can also go to the YouTube and catch up on all the old episodes, youtube.com/Dying of Exposure. Thank you very much, Posse. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Game Yummy.
Night, everybody.
Night.